What is your favorite season to camp? I actually like camping when the weather starts getting cooler or when it, starts warming up just a little bit after the winter. So spring and fall I love. I'm starting to love winter now that we have the annex and the diesel heater. That's making these cold weather camping trips really nice.
Tara and Jody do it. Here on our channel, we share with you about all things camping. We overland a lot, we camp at HOAs, we go in the wild. Today we're in the wild in the beautiful mountains of North Carolina, and it's cold, 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 cold. So we're going to show you just how you would use a diesel heater. A lot of people have asked questions about these, so hopefully this will shed some light on it for you. We're gonna hook it up and use it. For us, it'll be the first time using it in our brand new iCamper Annex, but the setup would be basically the same in any tent or rooftop situation you've got going. So, are you ready, Jody?
Yep, let's do it.
All right, this is the vevor diesel heater we purchased from Amazon.
It's $120 on Amazon.
$120 when we bought it.
So this one has the Bluetooth app on it. I don't know how to use this with the front panel here, so get the one with the Bluetooth app. Make sure it says Bluetooth app on it, otherwise I'm not sure how you use it. One thing you have to do when you first get it is get a couple 2x4s to put underneath here.
Good tip.
As you can see, the exhaust hangs down here. So some people put it on the table with a tire carrier. I used to do that, but this works a lot better. I can just set it on the ground here. The other thing you need to buy from Amazon is one of these cigarette light adapters. It does not come with one. Unless you're gonna hardwire it into a battery system, but you have to get one of these. And do not get a 10 amp one. This, I believe, I'll put a link of which one this is, but it has to be, the ones in the auto parts stores are only 10 amps. It would not work with this.
Oh, okay, good thing to know.
Actually, and the way we can find out what size this is what's that say? 25 amp fuse. So this thing only pulls a little, maybe 11 or 12 amps at startup, and then it doesn't use anything. We're gonna power it with our Jackery. So some of them it says only 10 amps on the Jackery, but it pulls a little more than 10, otherwise this would not work. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug it into my Jackery back here. So
we keep the Jackery in here at all times because we have a rooftop tent.
And the refrigerator, it stays in the truck.
And the refrigerator stays powered.
Run the wire through my truck here.
Where'd Jody go?
Plug it in. All right, it is plugged in. Shut this. I do not travel with the hose on it because it's a pain in the butt to have the hose, but I keep the hose clamps in here.
This is in our decked system.
Grab this, grab my screwdriver. So I used to keep it screwed in, but I ended up ripping up the hose, so put my stuff out here. I got a super long hose. Even I don't need it for this setup, but normally we have it patched up to our to the window right there. We actually use the other window, her window. So I just open the window up and sneak it through the side there. I'll go ahead and clamp this on here. That's it.
That's just a screwdriver. That's the only tools you really need. Screwdriver.
That's it. Yep, just to tighten the clamp
what
on there.
What kind of screwdriver is that?
Phillips head. Yep.
Phillips head screwdriver, guys.
I'm gonna go ahead and set this on the ground. Exhaust pointed away from me.
Good tip.
Make sure all the wires are out of the way. We're gonna leave the tailgate down overnight, so move it out of the way a little bit just so we don't hit it. And if it gets too cold at night, because it's a lot bigger area than we're used to doing, I could still run it up to the roof. Oh, here we go. So I'm gonna connect this hose. I'll leave it right here. So if it starts getting too cold, we can just put it up into our tent. So now, the trick of using this is, the only way I know how to use it is on my phone here. So this is called air heater. Shows us offline, so in a second it should connect. Let's see, scan devices.
What's the app name that they're downloading?
Not sure what the app is. You got to scan on top of here.
Okay.
This will take you to the right app.
Okay, so you got to scan on the top of the vevor.
And this is a new phone, so there we go. So I hit scan. I start scanning. It found it, so I'm going to hit it. It is connecting to it. Once you do this, you don't have to do this again. This is a new phone, so that's why I'm doing it.
That's what they need to see, because some of them might be their first time.
Now here's the trick to using it. You got to press and hold the start button. So I'm going to press and hold it till that line goes all the way to the end. See, it says start heating. We're going to let it sit here. It's running self-test. It takes about 3 or 4 minutes for it to start up. And 1 gallon of gas, if you just use it at night, will get you probably through 2 nights. If it's really cold, you'll probably use like 3/4 of a tank of diesel. And we'll give it a couple minutes here. And it's going to say ignition preparation. And then you'll hear it start going tick, 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 and it'll sound like a jet engine. And that's how you know it's about ready to start up. So it takes a few minutes. Same thing when you're shutting it off. You got to press and hold that for like 10 seconds till it goes all the way down to shut it off. But we'll see here in real time how long it takes to start up. I actually never look at the screen here. It's a lot easier to do on the app, but I guess you could do everything on here. But it looks more complicated in there. And everything is in Celsius. But it's heating up the glow plug now. See, ignition preparation still says. And I normally run it at the minimum heat for our tent, and it still gets too hot where we open the windows. Now that we have this big annex room, we'll probably turn it up maybe at least to halfway. There it goes. Hear that?
There it goes. Hear that tick, tick.
Get down here so you guys can hear it. All right, it's going to start up like a jet engine in a second. I can smell the exhaust. One tip is too, run this for like a day before you use it with the hose, because it does smell the first time you use it.
That's an important tip. It really almost makes me feel nauseous.
All right, here it is.
First day, if you don't do that.
Oh, it's a jet engine.
There it goes.
Still says ignition preparation. You will hear the ticking all night, but it's not that loud once we're open the tent.
No,
you can't really hear it. It goes away.
Nope.
But it does tick all night, so.
I don't even hear it.
All right, it's getting louder. And once it's stable, it'll say so, but.
That wind is cold. I'm glad we have a heater. That wind is cold.
All right, it's going a little faster now. And the ticking does go slower once you, at least on low heat, once it's up and running. It's in the low 40s right now. It'll be in the 30s once the sun goes down.
Yep, so we want to get this started up. Oh,
there it goes. I just feel the air blowing. Actually saw the hose move. It's still not lit yet. In about another minute.
Now this metal piece that sticks out
gets hot.
It gets very hot. No touchy. Do not let your leg brush this. Beware. You can definitely get a very bad burn. Even after it's turned off, you need to let it cool off. So if you have children or pets, you definitely need to be careful with that piece right there.
All right.
Warn them.
And I'm going to move the leaves away from here too, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll do that afterwards.
Safety concern, yep.
Yeah.
We'll move the leaves.
It says stable combustion now, and you can see it slow down.
Stable combustion. It does sound like a spaceship.
And that's it. So, and I have it on the first yellow. Normally I'll have it all the way on minimum.
Okay.
I don't know what all that stuff means, but I just go by how do I feel, because it's in Celsius. But since this is not inside the tent, it doesn't shut off and on automatically because it doesn't know how cold it is up there. You can see it's not that loud at all. I have it 3 clicks up. Like I said, normally I only leave it on the first screen here, but I have it on 3 clicks right now, and we're gonna play with it tonight and to see where we need it. But if we're up there, even when it's in the 30s, we normally keep it on 1 clip, and we still open up the windows, crack the windows a little bit because it gets so hot up there. But with this big annex, we're gonna try to leave the door open on our tent and see if it'll warm up this whole annex in here. So we'll let you guys
here,
know.
we sleep in a rooftop tent, the iCamper rooftop tent. So
What do you like about winter camping? What do you like about your rooftop tent? What do you like about the idea of an annex? What do you hate about the idea of an annex? What do you hate about winter camping?
that's where we sleep. This over here is our brand new iCamper annex. So that gives us more room down on the ground to operate, to cook, to do whatever we need to do. But that is where we'll sleep, up on the roof of our Ford F-150.
Whew, it's hot. It's getting hot in here now.
It's getting hot in here.
And the hose, you can feel it's pretty warm, but it's not gonna burn you. So if you touch it, it's warm, but it's not warm. At least not on the low heat that I have it on, but it's blowing hot air in here.
Look at this site we're at, you guys. Isn't it beautiful? This is your 360. We're on the side of a mountain. And there is water down below, right here. I think you guys can maybe see it peeking just above this green here, and right there you can see some of the water. It's a very beautiful sight.